Hello everyone, Roger Walsh alongside the Professor Richard Walsh. Lindbergh to throw, he's got him. Goodbye. Grayson White, touchdown. Oh, tried to throw to the screen to Hill. Pioneer read it, saw it, picked it off, and it's a touchdown for the Panthers. Carter Gibbu. That's what he'll do, and will he get there? Yes, he does. Second effort, cutback, he breaks free inside the 10, and slowed up and dropped. Oh, he's still going, still going. Down to the touchdown. From Adams Field in Tonawanda, New York, Spectrum News 1 brings you a rivalry week matchup as the Kenmore West Blue Devils visit the Kenmore East Bulldogs. Hello everyone, Roger Walsh alongside the Professor Richard Walsh, and it is rivalry weekend all across Section 6 and the last week of the regular season.
Yeah, this is going to be a great game tonight. I mean, these schools are separated by 3 square miles. They know each other very well. It's all about breaking points. For Kenmore East, it's been a tough season. This would make a tough season feel a lot better. For Kenmore West, they want to have some momentum going into the playoffs.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's matchup. First, for the Kenmore West Blue Devils, they come in tonight's game after a 51-8 win over North Tonawanda last week.
They just make a good play. It's just unnecessary.
It really is, and this is the exuberance of youth, really. And here is Dylan Reifenberg, 36-61, 403 yards, 2 TDs, 2 touchdowns. Carried the ball 25 times this season for 127 yards and 1 touchdown coming in. Here's the give to Cohane, and he gets the edge. He's out about the 40-yard line, so a nice pickup there on first down by Clarence. And they'll get it out to about the 40, and this might be second in inches.
Yeah, I'm a big believer when you got someone going like that.
Offensive line for Clarence, Myers, Majera, Wallline, Rushford, and Hensley. And your backs and receivers, Cohane, Long, Walensky, Connor, and Tyler Ryan. So shotgun time here, and they will give them enough for a first down there. So 1st and 10, Clarence from their own 40. And here's Reifenberg, and he'll pick up about 5 as he reached out towards the 45-yard line. Defensive line up here for Frontier. Arrington, McCluskey, and Gonzalez are the 3 men on the line. Caldwell, O'Neill, Shea, and Barber. And your defensive backs, Aleka, Privateer, Kibler, and Smith. All right, shotgun time here on 2nd and 5. Lindbergh to throw. He's got him. Goodbye. Grayson White, touchdown.
Well, that's the matchup they were looking for. We put it in our. And what a they're taking 6 seconds off the clock.
Yep, 3:58.
I got to commend the referee here today. He's done a very good job. He's good.
Jim Marchek's crew.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's got total control of the game.
Absolutely,
and that's not by mistake that it's a well-played game.
Oh,
He's done a very nice job.
Go in the bottom of your screen, and back to throw, short. Oh, picked off, touchdown. Oh, tried to throw to the screen to Hill. Pioneer read it, saw it, picked it off, and it's a touchdown for the Panthers. Carter Gibbu.
Yeah, they were trying to get you. You made note of the fact that Hill was flanked out wide. He didn't even move. He didn't even go after that ball. That was just good. Wow, good size there, 6'3", 180. Brother, we've talked a lot about his brother, but that certainly was. And there's your 4th turnover.
Yes, and this is what Coach Dupree talked about, and it has come to fruition here. Tuzak will lace one up, and that is good, and it's a 31-14 lead with 3:54 left. That's what he'll do, and will he get there? Yes, he does. Second effort, cutback, and he breaks free inside the 10, and slowed up and dropped. Oh, he's still going, still going. Down to the touchdown! Touchdown! What a second and third effort by Gage LaPlante. I thought they had him twice. And he plowed his way into the end zone, and Star Point is on the board. Overcamp, he's got Pierce tight to the boundary. And Overcamp to throw. He floats down the middle, he's got his man, and that is Pierce, and he puts it up inside the 20-yard line. So first down to Williamsville South. So a nice opening possession after the failed onside kick, and they're inside the start point 20.
And there was the patience I was talking about. He looked at his third receiver there. There's his stats for Pierce, and he gets a lot of yardage there on his catches. That was a really nice play there by the quarterback, checking down, being patient, and then he makes a really nice pass on time.
Overcamp, shotgun again. Conferring a green, and he trades him to the other side, his other hip. Motion by Peoples, and they'll throw it out to him at the 20. Oh, great tackle in the backfield. Boy, that was a nicely well done Gage LaPlante with the tackle.
Like I said, we're going to be talking a lot about him, but what a great open field tackle. That's the quarterback. You know, he's kind of the Mr. Everything here for Star Point, and he showed you why he's one of the better athletes in Western New York. That was a beautiful tackle out in the flat.
We talked about the charm about this in the last broadcast of high school football is quarterbacks meeting quarterbacks in the hole, in the flat, down the field. So Overcamp now, and he lost 4. 2nd and 14. He's going to roll right. Throws, and it's incomplete. Broken up. He was looking for Peoples there, and there he is again, Gage LaPlante.
Might want to pass away from him or run away from him, because that was just great timing defensively. He got in front of the ball, in front of the receiver, made a nice deflection there.
So that brings up 3rd down and 15.
Well, again, we know it's 4-down territory, so try to get a chunk here, 8-9 yards, and then put yourself in a position here. So far, the offensive line for South has done a nice job up front there. Graves, Lipsky, Nab, Peoples, and Pantera. Protection's been very good so far here this evening.
Now Peoples in the slot. Pierce outside him on 3rd down. The throw. Overcamp throws, and he's got a man, and he's around the sticks, and he breaks free. Touchdown! Touchdown, Williamsville South. They have taken the lead. Welcome back to Cheektowaga, New York. Pioneer Panthers with a 31-14 win over the Maryville Flyers to move on to Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park for the Class B championship game next week. Richard, we talked at the beginning of the show about turnovers having to be key for Pioneer to, and not stay in this game, but to turn the game their way, and they certainly did tonight.
Oh, yeah. 4 big turnovers. You know, always seemed like when Maryville was just making it more competitive, a turnover would happen, and none bigger than that last one. There was one with the lateral, then there was the other one with the bad punt, and then, you know, then a punt return drop, and then, of course, that pick 6 there late in the game. So give Pioneer credit. They managed this game very well. They played very well. They didn't beat themselves, and unfortunately, Maryville had those 4 turnovers, and that's the outcome, 31-14.
And a little bit more on Pioneer, and we'll get to Maryville in a second. The running game was outstanding for Pioneer. And you have Gibbu and you have Stover, and it's 2 different backs, not the same style, but very complementary to each other in the scheme they run.
Yes, I've never seen better balance of 2 backs in all the years I've been doing this. And coming in, I think one had 104 carries and the other one had 98. And tonight was that. And they went with the hot back. Great play calling by the coaching staff of Pioneer, and you get that outcome. But you're right. They outrushed Maryville, I don't know about how many yards, but that took the Maryville offense off the field because they consumed a lot of time with that running attack. They hardly threw it all if they did it any.
Right. But we're going to find out right now because we're going to take a look at some final stats. Game stats brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, trust in the best for fences, decks, porches, and railings. The moon behind us. No passing yards for Pioneer. But you were right. Look at 182 on the ground, 183 on the ground for Maryville. 56 yards they eked out throwing the ball, but they weren't super effective when it needed to be. And then the 4 penalties on Pioneer and 2 penalties on Maryville. So not a well-officiated game, like you said, but, I mean, really, it jumps out to everybody watching and myself as well. The 4 turnovers were just killers for Maryville.
Yeah, and again, 182 yards rushing. You know, the total yards all work out. But listen, Maryville knew they were going to run the whole game, and they never stopped them. That's another thing. The Maryville defense, granted, they had some short fields and had some turnovers, but they never really stopped. They had potent rushing attack.
Yeah, come on in here. How you doing, sir? Dalton Gibbu, You had an incredible game. You got a really unique running style. It almost is kind of like a LaDainian Tomlinson kind of style. But first, I'm sure you're going to thank your offensive line.
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely going to thank my big boys who are out there to work hard for me.
What did you see in the Maryvale defense scouting in that you could be this effective running the ball?
I saw that the linebackers would fill really hard, so I had to be patient, see the hole, and bust through the hole when I got the chance.
And how about your twin terror back there, Kyle Stover?
Me and that kid have been playing for 3 years together, and I love that kid. That kid will work as hard as he wants for me, and I'll work as hard as I can for him.
As we look at some of your runs here tonight, there's just and the touchdown before the end of the half was so huge for you guys.
Yeah.
Just describe some of your running style. Do you emulate yourself against anyone, or is you just try to find daylight ahead?
No, I wait for my linemen to make the hole, and I push through the hole that they make for me.
Well, you had a terrific night running the football, and next up, you're going to Orchard Park. You don't know who. Could be Iroquois, could be they were leading, but anything could happen. This game ended before that. What are your thoughts of going to the stadium for the championship?
It's a big thing for us. We haven't. My older brother was on the 28 team that made it to the stadium and lost to Cheektowaga by 7. So I'm gonna try and go give them boys the win at the stadium.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on a great season and good luck next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can bring the coach in here. Coach, come on over here, if you would. A big hug between the two is. Coach, over here, if you would. Coach Jim Dupree, 21st year coaching, Pioneer. What is it about this team that stands out to you out of the 20 others?
Well, I'll tell you, they're just a joy to be around. They're a joy to practice. You know, when we come, they listen, they go through everything, and they work hard. They just work hard. And I love that about them. They're just so willing to be coached.
What did you see out of Maryvale that you thought you could have success on the ground? Because you finished with no passing yards. And I know that's not your game, but they're an aggressive defense. And Dawn was just telling us about how they like to shoot the gaps a lot. You thought you could take advantage of that and maybe some of their over pursuit.
We just felt like we had to control the clock, especially when we got the lead on that. We have to ground and pound on that. You know, there's no sense in doing something. I mean, Gavin is a great quarterback, and in years to come, we're going to be spreading that ball out and around. But in a game like this against that kind of team with that kind of pressure, we just can't expose our team to mistakes. We have to go forward, not backwards.
And the turnovers. You preached it. It was part of our keys to the game, and they turned the ball over 4 times to you. The big touchdown by the end of the half, the result of the turnover, and then the coup de grace, the finish, the nail in the coffin was the interception on the screen in the end zone.
It was an amazing play. It was really great recognition by Carter. And I just want to shout out my kicker, Devin Matuzak, who I think is the first star of the game. I can't say enough about our special teams. We preach that it's a third of the game, and I really felt great about that.
Well, you're not done. You got next week in Orchard Park. I know it's going to be coach speak, and it doesn't matter who you play. You got to do your things right. But how special is it to go back to Orchard Park at Highmark Stadium for a championship game?
It's a great experience. I played there in high school. My father coached there, and when he was coaching in Springville, I've been there once. It's something you'll remember forever. It's something you'll remember forever.
Well, congratulations on the great season, the win, and good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome, Coach. Excellent job. All right, Professor Richard Walsh, step back in here. I want to get one Maryvale point here, real quick. Is Justice Hill, who had 22 touchdowns, averaged almost 9 yards per carry. I didn't really understand why they didn't go to him more, unless they saw something specific that personnel matchups and groupings they could use against this Pioneer defense, because he wasn't as electrifying as he's been all year.
Yeah, the one sustained drive early in the game, he was all him, and then they kind of went away for that